He was the last of his kind, the final survivor of a civilization older than our sun. And when his ship fell from the sky, humanity didn't dissect him. We brought him home. The world watched as his escape pod burned through the atmosphere, a dying ember over a blue planet that had seen too many wars. We didn't know what he was or where he came from, but something in us couldn't look away. Stay with me, like and subscribe, because this isn't a story about invasion. It's about what happens when the last alien in the universe meets the last thing he expected: compassion. The pod landed in a wheat field in Kansas. No army arrived first, no scientists in hazmat suits, just an old farmer named Eli Turner and his dog. He found the pod half buried, still glowing with dying light. Inside was a creature, thin, trembling, wrapped in silver skin that shimmered like oil on water. Its chest rose shallowly. Its eyes, two endless mirrors, opened when Eli touched its arm. And it whispered something in a language the wind seemed to understand. Eli didn't run. He didn't call the government. He just said softly, "You're all right, son. You're safe." And somehow, the alien believed him. They called him Kale later, or at least that's what his voice approximated. He couldn't speak our words easily, but he listened. He learned, and when the authorities finally came, Eli refused to let them take him. "He's not a threat," Eli said. "He's lost." They didn't understand, but the world was tired of cruelty, tired of fear. So for once, humanity chose mercy. They gave Kyle a home. Months passed. Kyle's body healed, though his world never would. He'd come from a star called Valus Prime, gone now, consumed by its own sun. His people had been vast, thinkers, builders, philosophers. And now, there was only him. He spent hours watching the sky. Sometimes he asked questions in broken English. "Why? Do you still look up when you have nowhere to go?" And Eli would just smile. Because looking up's what kept us going. As Kale learned our language, he started to teach in return. Mathematics that bent logic, physics that danced. He told stories of light that thought and oceans that sang. But what fascinated him most was us, our art, our laughter, our pain. "You fight, always," he said once, sitting beneath the stars. "And yet you paint, you break, and you build again." Eli looked at him. "That's what makes us human." Kale was quiet for a long time. "Then maybe I was meant to find you." Years passed. The world changed. Kale became a quiet legend, the alien of Earth. Children sent him drawings. Scientists sent him questions. And through it all, he never once called himself a god or a superior. He said, "You do not need saving. You need remembering." He lived with Eli until the farmer passed. And on that day, Kyle wept, the kind of weeping that sounds like a dying star. When they buried Eli, Kyle placed something in the coffin, a small crystal from his homeworld, glowing faintly. "So Valus will not be alone," he whispered. Decades later, Kale grew frail. Humanity offered to clone him, preserve his DNA, upload his mind. He refused. "Life's beauty," he said, "is that it ends. Yours taught me that." As his health faded, he asked to see the ocean one last time. They carried him to the shore of the Pacific, waves glowing orange under the setting sun. He looked at the horizon and smiled weakly. "Your world, it sings. I will miss the sound." A nurse nearby asked gently, "What should we tell them, Kyle? What message from the stars should we remember?" He turned to her, his voice barely a breath. "Tell them, thank you, for letting me belong." And then, with the last of his strength, he raised his hand toward the sky, not in farewell, but in gratitude. The tide rolled in, the waves whispered against the sand, and when they faded, Kyle was gone. No one knows if he died that day or simply went home. But every night since, astronomers have noted a faint new signal in the heavens. Rhythmic, gentle, almost like a heartbeat. We call it Kale's song. It's faint, almost human. And every time it reaches Earth, radio receivers pick up the same phrase, not in English, not in any language, but somehow, everyone understands it. You were worth finding. Maybe that's the message we all needed, that even at the edge of extinction, the greatest discovery isn't life out there, but life here, the kind that chooses kindness over fear. If this story moved you, stay human and subscribe for more. Because sometimes the greatest stories in the galaxy start with someone who simply said, "You're safe."